What is happening in the tech world and beyond? We are diving headfirst into a whirlwind of updates that you absolutely cannot afford to miss. From groundbreaking shifts in beloved platforms to the latest whispers about the devices you hold in your hand, the pace is relentless, and we've got the inside track. Get ready to be plugged in, because the news cycle isn't slowing down, and neither are we. Today, we're breaking down some of the biggest stories making waves right now, and you're going to want to hear every single detail. Stick around, because this is iPad Focus, and we're kicking things off with a bang. First up, a major player in the digital space is shaking things up, evolving its strategy after years in the game. We're talking about a significant pivot that could redefine how millions interact with a popular service. What changes are they making, and why now? We've got the exclusive breakdown. Then, get ready for some serious smartphone speculation. Rumors are swirling about next-generation devices, and the specs being leaked are, frankly, astonishing. Think more power, more memory, and design tweaks that could set a new standard. Are you ready for what's next? And that's not all. We're also diving into the world of spirits with a surprising new flavor launch that's set to ignite the market. It's a bold move from a brand known for its fiery kick, and we're exploring what this new concoction means for the industry and for your next gathering. Finally, we've got one more massive update that's sure to get everyone talking. It's a development that touches on innovation, user experience, and the future of a key tech ecosystem. You don't want to miss this. So buckle up, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. A 6-year evolution. Apple Arcade's bold new direction. Is Apple Arcade finally ready for its close-up? 6 years after its initial launch, the gaming subscription service is undergoing a significant strategic shift, aiming to capture a much broader audience. Initially hailed for its curated collection of premium, ad-free, and in-app purchase-free mobile games, Apple Arcade's trajectory has evolved, sparking discussions about its place in the ever-changing gaming landscape. When Apple Arcade first debuted in 2019, it boasted around 70 titles, many of which were lauded for their innovative gameplay and depth, offering an experience far removed from the typical mobile game. Games like What the Golf set a high bar, showcasing the platform's potential to be a haven for unique, high-quality mobile experiences. However, as the service has matured, its library has expanded, and while it still champions family-friendly content, the critical reception has seen a notable change. Alongside competitors like Netflix's burgeoning mobile game service, Apple Arcade appears to be leaning more towards titles that prioritize sustained engagement over deep, intricate gameplay. Alex Rothman, Apple Arcade's senior director, addresses this perceived shift by highlighting the challenge of catering to Apple's vast and diverse user base. Apple has a very large customer base, Rothman explained. There's no narrow lane that we can operate in and satisfy the broad base of Apple users. This philosophy has led to a multifaceted approach to game acquisition. Recognizing player feedback, Apple Arcade broadened its horizons in 2021, incorporating classic games such as Sudoku and chess. More recently, it has brought popular App Store titles like Fruit Ninja and Stardew Valley to the service, albeit with their original ads and in-app purchases removed, offering a curated experience of familiar favorites. Today, we offer a pretty broad and deep catalog of more than 250 family-friendly games from across genres, Rothman stated, emphasizing the continuous growth and monthly additions to the service. Apple also actively facilitates collaborations between its partner developers and major intellectual property, IP holders. A prime example of this synergy is the creation of Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Rothman recounted how the indie studio Sunblink, after releasing the acclaimed Heroish on Apple Arcade in 2022, was partnered with Sanrio to develop the highly successful Hello Kitty Island Adventure. This title not only won Apple Arcade Game of the Year in 2023, but also saw a console port earlier this year, demonstrating the power of strategic IP integration. However, the success of Hello Kitty Island Adventure also signals a growing trend towards games leveraging well-known IP. Upcoming releases like NFL Retro Bowl 26, a collaboration between New Star R&D and the NFL, and earlier titles featuring brands such as Play-Doh, PGA Tour, Angry Birds, Lego, and Uno underscore this strategy. Rothman, however, reassures that this doesn't mean an exclusive focus on IP-driven games. By no means are we going all into only IP, he asserted. It's a broad mix because we have a broad player base. Despite criticisms, Rothman insists on Apple's long-term commitment to arcade, stating, "We care very deeply about games. Not just the arcade team, it's across the company." While Apple Arcade may have initially been viewed as a sanctuary for premium indie titles, its evolution toward broader appeal and recognizable IP suggests a strategic recalibration. The service continues to expand, with Rothman hinting at exciting, unannounced titles coming later in the year, urging users to keep your eyes peeled. But what does this mean for the future of mobile gaming subscriptions? And is Apple truly done with its hardware innovations? We'll explore the latest on the iPhone 17 lineup next. Next-gen iPhones, RAM boost, and new Air model take center stage. As the tech world eagerly anticipates Apple's next major smartphone unveiling, fresh reports are painting a detailed picture of the upcoming iPhone 17 series, with a particular focus on increased RAM and the potential introduction of a new Air model. Leaked information suggests a significant upgrade across the board, promising enhanced performance and a more diversified product lineup. According to industry analysis from TrendForce, Apple is poised to launch 4 new iPhones: the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max. A standout revelation is the anticipated 12 GB of RAM for the latter 3 models: the iPhone 17 Air, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max. This substantial increase in memory capacity is expected to bolster the device's ability to handle demanding applications, improve multitasking capabilities, and contribute to overall system responsiveness, especially for graphics-intensive tasks and future software updates. Beyond the RAM upgrade, the entire iPhone 17 lineup is rumored to feature enhancements in processor performance, particularly with the A19 and A19 Pro chips powering the standard and Pro models, respectively. Improved thermal management systems are also expected, crucial for sustaining peak performance during intensive usage. Furthermore, significant camera upgrades are on the horizon for all models. The front-facing camera is reportedly jumping from 12 MP to 24 MP, while all rear cameras are set to receive a boost to 48 MP. The Pro models are anticipated to boast a redesigned camera array and advanced software optimizations for superior optical zoom and image resolution. The introduction of the iPhone 17 Air is particularly noteworthy, marking Apple's strategic entry into the thin and light flagship segment. This model aims to offer a premium experience in a more compact form factor, potentially appealing to users who prioritize design and portability. However, reports suggest that the Air might make concessions in battery capacity and camera specifications to achieve its slim profile, which could be a consideration for consumers who prioritize long battery life and top-tier photography. TrendForce projects that the iPhone 17 series shipments will see a modest increase of 3.5% compared to the iPhone 16 lineup, with the Pro models expected to remain the primary sales drivers. Despite these projections, the report acknowledges potential headwinds from sluggish global economic conditions and the possibility of higher price points for premium models, which could temper overall demand. In terms of storage, the Pro models and the new Air variant are expected to start with 256 GB of NAND flash storage, scaling up to 1 TB. This move to a higher baseline storage for these models addresses a common consumer desire for more space. The Air model is also expected to incorporate a silicon anode battery and an eSIM configuration to balance its slim design with battery endurance. Pricing is another key aspect of the report. While the base iPhone 17 is expected to maintain its current price point, the Air, Pro, and Pro Max models are anticipated to see price increases of approximately $50 per comparable capacity. These increases are attributed to the new design elements and hardware enhancements. The Air's pricing is strategically positioned to compete directly with offerings like Samsung's Galaxy S25 Edge, indicating Apple's intent to strengthen its market position through product differentiation. This diversification strategy, including the potential launch of a foldable iPhone next year, underscores Apple's ambition to capture a wider demographic. TrendForce suggests Apple might adjust its release cadence, possibly introducing a sub-flagship model in the first half of the year, followed by the Air, Pro, Pro Max, and foldable devices in the latter half, creating a more segmented and comprehensive product matrix. Audience impact. The prospect of 12 GB RAM and significant camera upgrades across the iPhone 17 lineup has generated considerable buzz among tech enthusiasts and potential buyers, with discussions centering on performance gains and the value proposition of the new Air model. These hardware advancements are impressive, but how will they translate into real-world user experience? And speaking of new flavors, get ready for a surprising twist in the spirits world that's all about heat and fruit. iPhone 17 Air. Price hikes and storage surprises hint at design-led strategy. As Apple gears up for its next major product announcement, new reports are shedding light on the potential pricing and a significant internal change for a new iPhone model, possibly dubbed the iPhone 17 Air, which could reshape expectations for Apple's entry-level premium offerings. A recent analysis from TrendForce, detailed on September 4th, offers insights into the expected pricing for the entire iPhone 17 lineup, including the base iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Pro Max, and the new iPhone 17 Air. This report aligns with some previous predictions, notably from J.P. Morgan, suggesting that the standard iPhone 17 will retain its starting price of $799. However, the focus sharpens on the iPhone 17 Air, a device positioned to fill a new niche in Apple's smartphone hierarchy. The iPhone 17 Air, intended to occupy the space previously held by the larger Plus models, but with a distinct focus, presents a unique pricing challenge. TrendForce anticipates that the Air's starting price point will be set at $1,099. This represents a notable increase of $200 compared to the iPhone 16 Plus, which launched at $999. However, the price difference becomes more nuanced when considering storage capacity. While the iPhone 16 Plus offered 128 GB of storage at its base price, the iPhone 17 Air is rumored to come standard with 256 GB of storage. This effectively means the price per gigabyte might be more competitive, but the overall entry cost for a device with comparable storage to the previous generation is higher. This strategic move suggests Apple is targeting consumers who prioritize a striking, design-led aesthetic and are willing to pay a premium for it. The iPhone 17 Air is not envisioned as a direct successor to the Plus models, but rather as a distinct offering catering to a different market segment that values form factor and premium features. The report indicates that beyond the 256 GB base model, the iPhone 17 Air could also be available in 512 GB and 1 TB configurations, priced at approximately $1,299 and $1,499, respectively. Furthermore, this pricing and storage strategy for the Air model could provide a logical framework for the entire lineup. If the iPhone 17 Air starts at 256 GB, it makes sense for the iPhone 17 Pro models to also begin their storage tiers at 256 GB, avoiding a scenario where a lower-tier model offers more base storage than a higher-tier one. This aligns with expectations that the Pro models will receive significant hardware upgrades, justifying their premium positioning. TrendForce's analysis highlights Apple's strategy to strengthen brand appeal through product differentiation, positioning the iPhone 17 Air to compete directly with other high-end devices, such as Samsung's Galaxy S25 Edge. The introduction of the Air, alongside potential future innovations like foldable devices, signals Apple's ongoing efforts to diversify its product portfolio and appeal to a broader range of consumer preferences and price sensitivities within the premium smartphone market. audience impact. Speculation around the iPhone 17 Air's pricing and storage has ignited debate among consumers, with opinions divided on whether the design-focused approach and increased base storage justify the higher entry price compared to the previous Plus models. So, while Apple is busy refining its smartphone strategy, what's brewing in the world of spirits? Prepare for a fiery new flavor that's set to spice up the autumn season. Fireball Whisky ignites autumn with Blazin Apple flavor extension. Fireball Whisky, a brand synonymous with spirited gatherings and a distinctive cinnamon kick, is set to introduce its first-ever flavor extension this fall. Blazin Apple. This new offering aims to blend the brand's iconic fiery spice with the crisp, familiar taste of apple, promising a versatile and approachable addition to its lineup. The launch of Blazin Apple marks a significant evolution for Fireball, a brand that has carved out a unique niche in the flavored whiskey market. While apples are a staple in both folklore and everyday life, Fireball's team suggests their true potential is unlocked in this new combination. The resulting spirit is crafted to offer a balanced profile tempering Fireball's signature heat with the bright, juicy notes of apple, creating an experience that is simultaneously sweet and spicy. Beyond its appeal as a shot, Blazin Apple is designed to be a flexible base for cocktails, extending Fireball's utility from party staple to mixology ingredient with a seasonal flair. To herald the arrival of Blazin Apple, Fireball has partnered with actor, writer, and comedian Ben Schwartz for a marketing campaign that playfully reinterprets historical Apple-related moments through the brand's irreverent lens. The campaign reimagines iconic scenes, from Snow White's fateful apple to Newton's apple-induced epiphany, and William tells legendary archery feat, infusing each narrative with Fireball's characteristic humor and bold spirit. This campaign underscores that Blazin Apple is positioned not merely as a new product, but as a cultural moment delivered with the brand's signature blend of controlled chaos. Schwartz aptly captures this sentiment, calling the launch an invention that will most definitely change the world forever. Fireball has always thrived on establishing rituals around its consumption. With Blazin Apple, the brand seeks to broaden the appeal of these rituals. The inherent sweetness of apple provides a more accessible entry point for consumers who might find the straight cinnamon flavor too intense. For loyal Fireball fans, the new flavor is presented as a natural progression, a familiar taste with an added layer of complexity. This dual appeal targets both novice drinkers seeking a gentler introduction and seasoned enthusiasts looking to explore new flavor profiles in their cocktails and shots. While the timing of the launch aligns perfectly with the autumn season, known for apple harvests and warm, spiced beverages, Fireball emphasizes that Blazin Apple will be a permanent fixture in their product line. Rolling out nationwide, it will be available in various sizes, from 50 ml to 750 ml, ensuring broad accessibility. This commitment to making Blazin Apple a year-round offering signals the brand's confidence in its lasting appeal beyond seasonal trends. The introduction of Blazin Apple signifies Fireball's strategic intent to expand beyond its dominant single-flavor identity. In a competitive spirits market increasingly driven by flavored whiskeys and ready-to-drink options, this move positions Fireball to maintain relevance and foster innovation. By embracing a universally popular flavor like apple while staying true to its core cinnamon essence, Fireball appears to have found a compelling formula that feels both logical and exciting. Fireball Blazin Apple is now available across the country, inviting consumers to experience a new dimension of the brand. Whether enjoyed neat, mixed into drinks, or shared at social gatherings, it offers a familiar yet novel taste. Fans eager to try this fiery new addition can find it on shelves nationwide, proving that even well-established spirits can surprise and delight. This spicy new blend is certainly turning heads. But back to the world of tech, we've got one final update that's making waves in the digital ecosystem. And that wraps up another packed episode of iPad Focus. We've seen Apple Arcade pivot its strategy for broader appeal, learned about the massive RAM upgrades and new Air model coming to the iPhone 17 series, discovered Fireball's exciting new Blazin Apple flavor, and explored the latest developments in the ever-evolving tech landscape. Don't miss out on any of our future updates. Make sure you're subscribed to iPad Focus. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted the moment new videos drop. And let us know in the comments which of today's stories you found most intriguing. For more exclusive content and behind-the-scenes action, follow us on all our social media channels. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.